SSERAFIM were one of the top groups of the fourth generation, and it seemed like they were going to be on top for a long time. But who knew that a single performance would lead to SSERAFIM being the target of one of the worst hate trains we have witnessed, and that it would completely tarnish their reputation. SSERAFIM had their own share of troubles even before they properly debuted. As the members were still being introduced, Garam's first accuser came forward, and well, we know what happened afterwards. This, in addition to some controversy regarding the members' outfits and their dance moves, made SSERAFIM quite the scandalous group from the very beginning. However, the girls managed to recover pretty well and kept promoting without Garam as if nothing had happened, and once she left the group, they didn't let it affect them. Then they had their comeback with Anti-Fragile, which shot them to levels of fame they never imagined. Sure, they were already popular for being the first girl group to debut under Hybe, but their debut song Fearless had been considered as underwhelming in comparison to other debut songs of their peers. Anti-Fragile, on the other hand, became an instant hit and broke several records in addition to topping the charts. It also became a favorite among the public, and the group got a lot of new fans because of it. This is pretty much when SSERAFIM became one of the top groups of the fourth generation, and from then on, it was only a way upward. While their next comeback, Unforgiven, wasn't as loved, their B-side track Eve, Psyche, and the Bluebeard's Wife went viral not only in Korea, but also internationally. They became even more popular when they released Perfect Night, which was a promotional single for the video game Overwatch 2 and was entirely in English. Despite that, the song made history as the first English song by a K-pop female artist to dominate digital and streaming charts for 3 straight weeks. It secured the second spot in the global K-pop category on the Circle chart right after BTS Jungkook's Standing Next to You. On Melon, it reigned over the daily chart for 24 days straight, and it led the real-time top 100 chart for quite a while, setting the record for the longest consecutive run on the daily chart among English songs by K-pop female artists. English songs typically tend to struggle on Korean charts, so for SSERAFIM to reach the top of Melon's weekly chart in 2023 was quite the big deal. In addition to all of this, in January of this year, it was announced that SSERAFIM, ATEEZ, and The Rose would all be performing at the Coachella Festival, which only solidified their girls' status in the industry. Then they released Easy, and everything went downhill. A few days after it was announced that the group would be performing at Coachella, it was also reported that they would be having a comeback, which had fans excited over what they would be releasing next. Little did everyone know, though, that this era would be their worst due to various controversies. Don't get us wrong, the songs and the album overall were good, but the teasers, the music video, the choreographies, the outfits, and the performances were the causes of multiple scandals that turned SSERAFIM from one of the most popular girl groups to one of the most hated. Firstly, an outfit that Yeonjun wore in the comeback trailer Good Bones received a lot of criticism as she was wearing a sports bra and shorts that resembled underwear. Many netizens found this outfit scandalous, leading Yeonjun to face backlash. People also compared the trailer to Olivia Rodrigo's hit song Bad Idea Right, leading to accusations of plagiarism. However, in comparison to other events, these were relatively small problems. Initially, when Easy came out, it was praised left and right before people started noticing a lot of things that bothered them. First, the girls were called disrespectful as people discovered that the music video for the title track was filmed in a church. It also featured Christian symbols such as nuns, and the crosses on the church were replaced by the group's logo, which a lot of netizens found offensive. Even the group's logo was allegedly reminiscent of Christian imagery as it combined a heart, fire, and an arrow, which made people concerned about the use of religion as a visual element. They also noted that the group's name, SSERAFIM, could also be derived from the Seraphim, which also has connections to Christianity. However, fans of the group pointed out that the church where the music video was shot has been used in other music videos like My Chemical Romance's Helena and movies like The Amazing Spider-Man and John Wick, so they were definitely not the only ones who filmed there. However, this issue fizzled out pretty quickly, not because people were no longer offended, but because Smart, the B-side track, got a lot more backlash. The song gained a lot of popularity on TikTok and Twitter because of its choreography, but there were aspects that sparked controversy. Many netizens felt the song resembled tracks like Water by Tyla, Woman by Doja Cat, and Calm Down by Rima and Selena Gomez. Some even accused the group of plagiarizing the choreography from Water and imitating Tyla's accent in some parts of the song, leading to accusations of appropriating black culture. Most of the dance moves were also deemed too inappropriate, considering the fact that Eunchae, one of the members, is still a minor. That was only the beginning of the worst hate train that SSERAFIM would receive ever since their debut. On February 29th, the girls won first place on Mnet's M Countdown against Twice and celebrated with an encore performance. However, the performance fell short of expectations, with some critics going as far as to call it a complete disaster. Looking at the comments and posts following the performance, you would think that the girls did something unforgivable and committed the most horrendous act ever. Of course, it was normal to give criticism where it was due, too, but this went beyond criticism because it seemed like people had been looking for a reason to hate the girls and were going crazy with hate as soon as they found it. They had comments insulting their appearances, bringing their families into it, and even wishing harm upon them, just because people don't like their vocals. It's as if SSERAFIM were the first group ever in K-pop to have a bad encore performance, and they were single-handedly responsible for ruining the industry. The criticism persisted even during later encore stages as SSERAFIM continued to win on music shows. The hate towards the girls kept growing every day, culminating in their Coachella performance when everything blew up. The group took the stage on April 13th and April 21st, just a year and a half after their debut, making history as the fastest Korean act to perform there. However, despite the girls' enthusiastic performances, their live vocals received criticism once again, with multiple posts appearing on online forums and other social media. Again, giving constructive criticism is fine, even welcomed, but these people weren't focused on actually giving their unbiased opinions of the performance, especially if we were to look at the comments the girls received. The people were straight up wishing them the worst things imaginable, with many making countless threads about how bad the performance was and dissecting every part of it to justify their hatred. Mind you, the people that actually attended the performance had a good time, yet it was people on Twitter and the KOO acting like they had paid good money to see the performance and were let down by it. In addition to that, the girls' personal Instagram accounts were flooded with hate comments, prompting Instagram to step in and add warning signs to their comment sections. It has also been discovered that most of the users that have been writing nasty comments under their posts were new accounts with no followers, which just means that someone out there is creating new accounts to specifically hate on them. If that doesn't scream hate train, we don't know what does. They also faced various threats to the extent that Eunchae's cousin posted a story to try to halt the vicious comments they were receiving. As you can see, things were getting out of control. You would think that once the Coachella performances would be forgotten, then people would move on to something else. Maybe that would be true if the whole feud between Bang Si-hyuk and Min Hee-jin didn't happen. Of course, neither are connected to SSERAFIM, yet they were still dragged into the issue and became one of the main targets of netizens. After Min Hee-jin revealed that HYBE had promised to debut New Jeans first, but changed their mind and pushed SSERAFIM's debut, they became the center of the conversation. They were blamed for the disbandment of G-Friend, were accused of power-tripping New Jeans and getting treated better than them, and were also criticized for going to a concert. Even when Min Hee-jin revealed the screenshots of Bang Si-hyuk telling Min Hee-jin to crush aespa, it was SSERAFIM that got dragged. Let's not even get into all the heat they got after HYBE was accused of being involved in a cult, as people said that the company was using the girls to deliver the messages of the cult. No matter how dumb the situation may sound, though, all of SSERAFIM's videos on YouTube are filled with netizens harassing them, and their peers can't even interact with the members without backlash. For example, Zico posted a TikTok challenge with the girls to promote his newest release, Spot, and all the people in the comment section were either calling them his dancers or bringing up their singing skills, even though the video had nothing to do with their vocals. Even after everything, the group is still reaching new milestones and their success has largely been unaffected, but it's still heartbreaking to see them being treated worse than some criminals. They're getting called national embarrassment by international fans for a widely enjoyed performance and are getting threatened left and right. We can only hope that the company takes action against this because the girls don't need to deal with all of this. Let's just hope that they're okay and that next time they stand on stage, it will be an unforgettable experience.